Action.
The name of this book I am going to read you today is called Chuck and Tamika. The author's name is Skyland E. McDonald. Once upon a time, there was this boy named Chuck and a girl named Tamika. Tamika and Chuck were brother and sister. They loved each other very much. They never would fight each other, they promised. But one day, they had a fight about whose grades were going to be the best. Their mother came upstairs and said,
"That's it! You have been fighting for the last 2 hours. I'm gonna put you in separate rooms so you can think about what you..."
Tamika and Chuck were very sad about their fight. The next morning, they both started the fight over about who gets to go in the bathroom. Their mother came up the stairs and she said,
"You two have been giving me the worst headache. I'm gonna put you on punishment."
Tamika said,
I don't want to be on punishment.
her mother replied.
"Why?"
Tamika said,
I will be bored.
their mother said,
"I'll give you one more chance.
then their mother said,
I'll send you both to your dad's house."
Tamika mumbled and said,
I don't want to go to my dad's house.
then Chuck said,
I don't want to be with Tamika.
their mother called their father to see if he could keep them so she could have a break. He said he couldn't keep them because he had other things to do rather than watching some kids. She said,
"Okay, thanks for trying."
she hung up the phone and called Tamika and Chuck downstairs. She said to them,
I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Chuck then asked,
What's the bad news?
she then said,
I'm having surgery on my side.
Tamika then asked,
What's the good news?
she then replied,
I'm going to let you both pick a friend's house to spend a night over.
they both replied,
Booyah, booyah.
then went straight to their rooms and started packing their bags. Their mother sat down in her favorite chair and fell fast asleep. Chuck ran back down the stairs to ask his mother if he could bring his lunchbox, but he did not want to wake her up, so he waited. When their mother woke up, it was very quiet. She went upstairs to see if everything was all right. To her surprise, Chuck and Tamika were asleep for the first time. She was amazed. As soon as she walked away from the door, Chuck and Tamika started fighting again. They were fighting over who's going to make a card for their mother. Their mother heard all the noise and opened their door back up and yelled,
Take a nap!
Chuck and Tamika were so scared they hid in the closet from their mother. They hid because they thought she was going to spank them.
I'm afraid I may have yelled too loud and really scared them.
When they saw that the coast was clear, they came out of their closet and told their mother they were sorry for fighting so much. The next morning, it was time for Tamika and Chuck's mother to go to the hospital and have surgery. Tamika and Chuck had another fight over who was going to give their mother the card first. When their mother heard them, she screamed. Ah! Then she went in her room and slammed the door behind her. She was so mad. When Tamika and Chuck's mother came home from the hospital, they took very good care of her. However, while helping their mother to her room, their friend Krista came over to play with them. When they saw Krista, they stopped everything they was doing and ran outside to play. Their mother was so mad at them for stopping what they were doing, she just cried because she was in too much pain to deal with them. So she put them on punishment for a week. They could not watch TV, play with their toys, or play with Krista for a whole week. They were very sad.
Go to the basement so you can learn how to get along with each other. Move it now!
She said with anger in her voice. Tamika and Chuck went downstairs. They did not want to go downstairs because they were scared of spiders and creepy crawlers, and the basement was very dark and scary looking. Then all of a sudden, they saw a great, big, gigantic spider run back up the steps real fast. That spider scared them so bad they promised each other never, ever to fight again. Tamika and Chuck became very bored. They went to their mother and said over and over how sorry they were. They said this about 1,000,000 times. When Tamika and Chuck came back up the steps, they told their mother they were sorry and they wouldn't fight again. And please don't send them to the basement anymore. Their mother became so happy she planned a party for them and invited the whole family. The family came over and they celebrated with cake and ice cream. Tamika and Chuck never had another fight. They had so much fun that at the end of the night they were sleeping in peace. Their mother turned off the light and kissed them on the cheek, thinking how much she loves her babies. And they lived happily ever after. The end.
That was a good story.